In September 2014, the company of Biologists and one of its journals, Development, organised a workshop from stem cells to human development. In this short video, we talked to the meeting organisers, all editors of Development, and to some of the speakers and attendees about the workshop.
Well, it just seems like it's really the right time to address development in human systems because the emergence of human embryonic stem cells, human iPS cells, disease modeling, 3D organization, it's come to the point where we can actually consider studying human development using cellular systems, which we could never consider before.
Yeah, and I think the point is, like with any meeting, you want to bring together people who might not otherwise be in the same room. And I think that's what we achieved with this meeting.
And also there's, I think there's been a big emphasis on translation in stem cell meetings lately, and here the idea was to have a meeting of truly developmental biology, but focusing on the human embryo and how the stem cell studies can contribute to these studies. So it fits very well with the mandate of the journal and the emphasis we decided to give it in the past 3 or 4 years and try really to promote the stem cell research in development.
All the developmental biology that we do or have done has been really aimed to understand human development, but it's always been a proxy. And so now we have an opportunity to actually study the development of humans. And so we're using cellular systems right now, and there's opportunities, as we've heard in this meeting, to be able to not just understand things in 2 dimensions, but really understand early human development in 3 dimensions, the organogenesis of human cells in 3 dimensions. And so we're at a point where the journal's mandate to study development can really be extended tremendously to understand human development on a scale that we've never been able to do before.
Fabulous. It's been a real surprise. I didn't know what to expect. Venue's good, people very interactive, it's very well organized, thoroughly enjoyable.
It's been really great. It's just great to be around all these wonderful scientists. I've learned a lot here. The young people here also have been really fantastic. The poster sessions, really interactive. Everybody is contributing. I've learned a lot at this meeting. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's a fantastic venue as well.
Very much so far. It's been really good for interacting with PIs and other postdocs and PhD students. I will say that I've had some really great discussions during this meeting, and much more so than at larger meetings that I've been to.
It's one of the best meetings I've been this year. I travel a lot and I do a lot of these settings, and this one is exceptional. It's absolutely exceptional. It's one of the few forums that I know of where human embryology is being discussed, and we need much more of that.
I think seeing how the field has advanced, not just technically, but intellectually, to incorporate developmental biology concepts to the applied directed differentiation and human modeling, I think this really shows the advances we've made in really understanding developmental biology in now a more human setting.
I think the sheer variety and the sort of ingenuity of approaches that people have.
There have been many, many highlights, a lot of unexpected things. The series of talks on human brain development was very, very impressive. The issue of timing between different species and the appreciation that human tissues are quite different than model system. And finally realizing that if you want to study human disease, you will have to work on human systems ultimately.
I've just been amazed to see how far iPS technology has come for addressing specific disease issues.
Actually, meeting people that I now am going to collaborate with. I had no ideas that in these other systems there are mutant models already made. We don't have to make them, but people using them for different purposes. And this kind of meeting draws everybody together talking about similar molecules, but in different systems. And I mean, I'm walking away from here with, you know, at least 4, 5, 6 different new collaborations.
The meeting has gone absolutely incredible, beyond my expectations, and I really think that the engagement of the people who came in, the level of talks, the quality of the science that's been presented has been spectacular, and that's fine in and of itself. But what's really struck me is the degree to which people who previously were not necessarily studying human development, who are maybe trying to study human development, have really brought forth their strategies and just said, you know, this is what we're trying to do to understand human development. And that to me has been one of the most successful aspects of this meeting.
And I think that's a very good point, because it is difficult to work in human systems if you're really trying to understand a biological question, how things develop. Things are much slower, much more difficult than in a model organism, a mouse or a zebrafish, and actually you don't have the reference embryo material. So I think that's been a very good thing about this meeting, is bringing together people, and they have this commonality of the difficulty, but also the feeling, you know, this is finally tractable, and we can finally get to the real thing, which is how a human develops rather than how a fly or a mouse develops.
Following the success of this workshop, we're delighted to announce that we'll be holding a second meeting on the same topic in early 2016. Look out for more details in coming months. Development is also putting together a special issue on human development, and we invite you to submit your best work on the topic to the journal.